What's up, everybody? Welcome to day one of NoFap. The time is 8:28 a.m. A lot to discuss. And this isn't actually day one, it's actually day two, but I'm going to call it day one because I needed to take a day. I need to take a day and just get used to how I used to live, I guess. So, as you all know, I'm going to go over all of it about relapse and how it happened, and moving forward, the things that I need to do. So, I was, well, like I said, my parents came over to stay for a few, what was it? 4 days, 3 days, 3 days to 4 days. And during those 3 to 4 days, I was just testing my boundaries, basically. Testing my boundaries and testing my patience. And I prematurely got off of my diet, the carnivore diet, because I knew that I wanted to eat with my parents. And they were going to eat out. They were going to not be on the carnivore diet. They're going to eat whatever they wanted. So I was like, let's just break my diet. Once I'm done, I'll come back to the carnivore diet. And already the amount of introducing carbs back into my life it's a nightmare. I was glad I was able to eat with my parents, but it was I'm already noticing the side effects of adding carbs back into my life, as well as sugar and everything else. I feel way more tired than usual. I'm like really tired all the time. And then, gosh, it was so hard to break. It was really hard to wake up yesterday and today. But yeah, on carbs, it was really difficult for me to get up. I'm tired right now. I want to go back to bed. Another thing, my brain feels scrambled. Like it's really difficult to focus on one thing. I don't know why that is, but yeah. I'm also hungry. Like I'm really hungry when it's time to eat, even though in my stomach I can feel that I'm full. So I have the feeling of hunger while knowing that my stomach is full. So yeah, it's kind of a mess. I also gained 8 pounds within a week. In a week I gained 8 pounds. It took me 2 months to lose 13 pounds on the diet and lifting. And now I gained 8 pounds in 1 week. Which actually taught me a really good lesson. Mediocrity will seep into your life faster than improvement and discipline will. Improvement and discipline is a slow burn and a difficult climb. But if you give up, if you allow mediocrity and laziness and if you allow mediocrity back in your life, it'll take over fast. So yeah, I'm glad my parents are gone now so that I can go back on my diet, but there's certainly more to it than just my diet that caused me to relapse. Number 2 is respect. When I'm with my parents, there is a very distinct lack of respect there is for me as an individual. And it's annoying. I respect my parents. They don't respect me as an adult. Just to be frankly, they don't respect me as an adult. They constantly remind me to do things. They tell me if I'm doing things wrong. They never, and they, gosh, they are the worst backseat drivers. They are the absolute worst backseat drivers. But all of that stems from just a lack of respect for me, for how I do things, as well as a respect for me to learn from my mistakes, if I even am making any mistakes. But because they're so set in their ways, and because they don't see that they can do things that I can't do because I'm not married, yeah, it's just a lack of respect, a lack of respect for me as an individual, a lack of respect for my boundaries, a lack of respect for so many things. I just, it's annoying. It's annoying to me, and it's probably one of my biggest pet peeves from my parents, is they don't have any respect for me. So that just, I should have said something, but I swallowed most of it and just said whatever, because they're my parents. However, I can't let them push my boundaries, because if you give anybody an inch, they'll take a mile. And I don't like being pushed around, even if it is by my parents, which comes to the conclusion, well, I'll get to the conclusions later, but that was also one of the factors. The third factor is despair. They are going to come back next month. Less than a month from now. I have less than a month of freedom before they come here, probably for a week, for no reason. They come down here for no reason other than to check up on me, which comes from the lack of respect of I can't take care of myself. But they want to renovate my bathroom too, even though everything in my bathroom is working. They think it's just ugly, and they want to renovate it. I'm like, I don't want that. My bathroom works. It works pretty decently. It actually works pretty well, so I don't need renovations for my bathroom. So I think it's just an excuse to come down here. And it's really annoying. It's really, really annoying. So, knowing that I have less than a month, it made me despair. It made me think, well, why should I go back on my carnivore diet? Like, they're coming back in a month. Why not just eat whatever I want? They come, and then I'm out. Like, they're coming in, and then I have to eat with them, and it's what's the point of going back on the carnivore diet? I'm not going to gain anything. I didn't, and those are just thoughts. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going back on my carnivore diet. But, like, those are thoughts of despair. And when you dread your parents coming to visit, there's something wrong, I think, personally. There's something wrong with them, or there's something wrong with me, and I think there's something mostly wrong with them. I've tried to think about what I've been doing wrong. I tried to think about all those things, but I'm like, no, I can't. Like, they have their expectations, I have mine. They have their responsibilities, I have mine. And they can't put that on me. And even if they do put it on me, I'm not obliged to fulfill them, because I'm not them. I don't live like they do. I don't eat like they do. I don't talk like they do. I don't go through life like they do. I make mistakes. And I learn from them. I don't need somebody to coddle me. I don't need somebody to take care of me anymore. Just leave me alone. And another thing I tell them is like, or a lot of things people tell me is like, oh yeah, I miss my parents. Like, really? I don't. I've never missed my parents, ever. Maybe like a few times when I went camping as a kid. But other than that, I've never missed my parents, because they come over so often, they never give me an opportunity to miss them. I do not get a chance to miss my parents. They don't give me a chance to miss them. So it made me come to the conclusion, in conclusion of it all, that's what caused my relapse. Because I was just so stressed from all of that stuff. Of having my boundaries pushed, of having no respect shown to me, of having my diet completely destroyed and my body completely destroyed. Not completely destroyed, but way worse than it was just because of a week. Because of all of that, it caused a lot of stress that I relapsed. But that is on me. That is on me. So there's certainly factors that I can't control about that whole situation. So in conclusion, I've decided the next time they come over, I need to say no to a lot of things. A lot of things that they're telling me. And it's a lot of guilt that they use as a weapon sometimes. Mostly my mom. My dad's pretty chill about most things. But my mom is definitely the biggest factor in all of that. And I need to tell her no. I need to tell her no. Like, these are my boundaries. These are the things that I've set in place. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the things you're telling me to do because it's actively ruining my life. It's actively going against the things that I'm trying to go towards. So, not doing that. I don't want to end up like my brothers. I love my brothers. I don't want to end up like them. They're still living with my mom and dad. They're older than me. They're living with their mom. They're living with my mom and my dad still. They're working part-time jobs, full-time and full-time jobs that pay minimum wage. And they're spending all that time at work, coming back home, playing video games, and then that's it. I don't want to live like that. I refuse to live like that again. So naturally that comes with a lot of changes, and I'm going to have to hurt my mom's feelings. And I've done that before, and it made me feel terrible. This is my mom. It made me feel terrible, and I went back on it. Well, no, I didn't go back on it, but it kind of just left a whole, like, silent treatment. And my mom was pissed, and I was pissed, and then we were just angry at it. I was angry at her mostly, because of the lack of respect and boundaries. And for a long time, I was just miserable around her, and I let her know that I was miserable around her. Because I had told her, respectfully, like, hey, I'm an adult. These are my boundaries. I'm an individual. These are the results of what happens when you come to visit. And she says that's not how I see it. There's no argument there. What argument is there to make against that's not how I see it? So for a long time, I was just like, if that's not how you see it, then fine. If there's no argument to be had, if there's no argument to be made, then fine. I'm just going to. I'm done. I don't want to have anything to do with it then. I'm not arguing with this anymore. But if you show up, if you continue to disrespect me and disrespect my boundaries, I'm gonna let you know that I'm not. Oh, I'm really upset with you. I'm gonna let you know. And I did for a long time, and she was pissed. And even now, she just doesn't respect my boundaries. It makes me want to. It makes me want to do all that again, but I don't know. I think there has to be a better way to go about this. But either way, things with my parents are complicated. I hate being coddled by them. I hate all of that stuff. So, conclusion is I have to talk to my parents, but also the second thing I concluded, I have to become rich. I have to have a wife. I have to have a huge house. I have to have a good car. I have to be rich. It's no longer a want. It's no longer like, I want to be rich so that I can live my life free. No, it's I need to be. I need to be rich. I have to be rich so that I can be free from not only my parents, but from the world. I hate I hate it. I hate it when she does that. All of that stuff. And I know that I'll never be able to be free from that if I don't make a buttload of money. If I don't get rich, I'm never going to have any kind of respect. I'm never going to have any kind of freedom from them if I'm not rich. So I am going to get as rich as I can. And I'm going to marry somebody. And I'm going to basically tell them, look, here's the way I've been living. Here's the way you've been living. And I am better off from living the way that I am living. Therefore, you are going to leave me alone. You're going to stop interfering in my life. And we're going to learn how to be friends. And you're going to learn not to cross my boundaries. Because yes, I am your son, but I'm also 28. There are things that I can do. There are things that I know that you don't know about the world. Therefore, here's how I'm living my life. It is completely different from yours. And that's totally fine. But you can't take control of that anymore because I'm doing well for myself. And if you interfere, you're going to ruin everything, including my joy and happiness. So it is now 100% a need. I need to get rich to be free of them. And that's all I want. So, that being said, this is already a long video. I don't even know if I'll do a nighttime vlog. I might just end it on my workout. But thank you all for listening to that. It's certainly been a huge pain, and it's going to be another huge pain a month from now, less than a month from now. So thanks for listening to my rant. I am going to go work out. It is back and bicep day. So I will check out this workout, and maybe I'll see you tonight, maybe I won't. But either way, I'll see ya.